you might have missed the best serving performance ever. While the tennis world was focused on the usual suspects, a 68 Frenchman named Giovanni Mpetshi Perricard was quietly rewriting the rules of the game. He just took out the Swiss indoors Basel title, defeating big-serving American Ben Shelton in the final. But how he did it has left many scratching their heads. Big Giovanni unleashed a serving barrage unlike anything we've seen before. We're talking about an average second serve speed of 132 miles per hour. Let that sink in. 132 miles per hour. For those needing the metric system, that's 212 kilometers per hour on his second serve. To put that in perspective, Ben Shelton, a guy known for his own massive serve, averaged 104 miles per hour on his second serve and 122 on his first. Mpetshi Perricard's second ball was 10 miles per hour faster than Shelton's first in that match. And even with this high-risk, borderline insane strategy, Giovanni blasted 22 aces and just 2 double faults for the match, winning a staggering 85% of his first serve points and 72% of his second serves. He never even faced a break point. It was a serving clinic of epic proportions, a performance that has sent shockwaves through the tennis world.
Is it statistically responsible to just hit 2 first serves based on when you make it, your win percentage? If Mpetshi Perricard just hits 2 first serves, does he win 60% of his second serve points? I think yes.
But this wasn't just a one-off. He also beat top-ranked players like Holger Rune and Felix Auger-Aliassime, also without dropping serve. And did I mention he started the year outside the top 200 and has reached a career high of 30? He's just 21 years old, he's 6'8", and he's got a 5-1 record against top 20 opponents. What are they feeding this guy?
Boom! Thanks for coming.
So, what's his secret? How is he doing this? Giovanni Mpetshi Perricard is powerful, I mean really powerful, and he seems to be very tactical in his serving game as well. Let's break down the numbers. Giovanni's first serve is scary good. He gets it in 64% of the time and wins close to 80% of those points. Now, that's pretty outrageous considering the sheer velocity he's generating. For comparison, Sinner and Zverev, 2 of the best first servers on tour, also land their first serves in around 64% of the time, but they only win around 75% of those points. They're sacrificing a bit of pace for consistency. But Mpetshi Perricard, he's throwing caution to the wind and going full throttle. Now, you might think his second serve would be a weakness, a chance for opponents to attack. And on paper, his 52% win rate on the second serve seems pretty average, similar to most players on tour who use the safer kick serve. The best players, Carlos, Jannik, and Novak, are all around 57% on their second serve. But here's where the big man flips the script. He takes big risks when he needs to. On crucial points, he'll often unleash a second serve that's practically a first serve, blurring the lines between risk and reward. And this really changes the landscape. If he can maintain a 65% success rate on both his first and second serves and continue winning close to 80% of those points, his already tour-leading hold percentage of 88% might actually climb even higher. He's not just winning, he's dominating his service games in a way we haven't seen before. He's turning the traditional serving statistics on their head. But is this a sustainable strategy, or is it a gamble that will eventually backfire? And look, his serving performance at Basel is incredible. But it's helpful that the tournament is played indoors, without wind or sun to impact his toss. For sure, it's a huge advantage. He still has a second serve that is reliable with less speed, but he has this red line serving game in his back pocket when conditions suit. But here's the million-dollar question. Can he do this outdoors? Can he maintain this level of serving dominance when he's battling the elements? The wind, the sun, the changing conditions. These are all factors that can disrupt even the most powerful serves. This is where the skeptics have a point. It's one thing to blast serves in a controlled environment, but it's another to do it under the pressure of a Grand Slam, outdoors, with the whole world watching. Is this a sustainable strategy? Or is Mpetshi Perricard simply a product of ideal conditions? He's not just playing tennis, he's playing the numbers. But is this a sustainable long-term strategy, or a statistical anomaly that will eventually be exposed? And that brings us to the controversy, the debate that's simmering in the tennis world right now. Is Giovanni Mpetshi Pericard's two first serve strategy a stroke of genius, or is it simply reckless? Let's dive into the numbers. In scenario 1, with his current serving approach, he lands his first serve 64% of the time, winning 79% of those points. When he misses, he's hitting that safer second serve 95% of the time, winning 52% of those. Now, let's look at scenario 2, the two first serves approach. Let's assume he can hit his first serve in at 65% and win 79% of those. And when he misses his first serve, on the second serve, he can make it 60% of the time, winning 75% of those. In the first scenario, he's expected to win around 70% of his service points. But in the second scenario, with two first serves, that number jumps to approximately 73%. In the first scenario, you would expect him to hold serve around 88% of the time, which is already the best on tour. But in the second scenario, this would mean he might hold 93 to 95% of the time. This is potentially game-breaking. But is it realistic? Can he really maintain that level of serving under pressure? So, what does the future hold for Giovanni Mpetshi Pericard and his unorthodox approach? Is he a trailblazer, a visionary who will inspire a new generation of serve bots? Will we see more and more players adopting the two first serve strategy, turning tennis into a power-dominated game where the serve reigns supreme? Or is he just a passing fad, an outlier whose success is limited to specific conditions and a favourable draw? It's tempting to compare him to other big servers who've made their mark on the game. But even the Isners and the Karlovics of the world, for all their serving prowess, never quite reached the pinnacle of the sport. They were dangerous, they were disruptive, but they were ultimately contained. Will Mpetshi Pericard suffer the same fate? Or can his all-around game develop to match his serve and see him rise to the very top of the game? Can he adapt? Can he evolve? Can he prove that his strategy is more than just a gimmick? Giovanni Mpetshi Pericard is a riddle wrapped in an enigma, served with a 140-mile-per-hour twist. He's a statistical anomaly. Given the gifts he's been granted, should he adopt the high-risk two first serves approach to every match? Should he take calculated risks on big points to avoid the grind, or can he simply stay the course and improve his return game marginally? What will be his best chance of winning a slam? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.